As always, any position that maximizes your chance of keeping your attention with breath. And then bringing your mind back to the breath with as little story fight as possible when it wanders. And connect to the soft ujjayi whisper of your breath. And we'll move into a pranayam, adding a breath hold at the top of the breath and just a pause at the bottom. If you would like to come into what is sometimes lovingly called toe break pose, you're welcome to come onto your knees, tuck your toes under. If you can get your feet, your heels all the way together, that's usually the most intense stretch. If it doesn't distract you from your breath, then stay there. Separating the feet, hips width or wider, maybe less intensity. And of course, you have permission to come out of the pose before we're done with the breath work. Not my permission, you have your own permission. We'll take a slow breath in together. And hold the breath in at the top, tuck your chin down, tall spine. Option to lift your pelvic floor up into Mula Bandha if you're practicing bandhas. And then relax pelvic floor, low belly as you breathe out slow. Pause for just a beat. Option to scoop up into Uddiyana. Then let that go to breathe in. Hold the breath. Engage your Mula Bandha throat lock. And release the locks to exhale. And in the pause, maybe engage all three bandhas. And then let go to breathe in. Hold. Release your locks, breathe out. Pause. Relax and breathe in. Do 3 more rounds like that on your own. Adding the bandhas might be too complicated, then just hold the breath in and let it go. And if you're in toe break, as you resume your natural breath, come onto your hands so you can circle the feet behind you. Let the blood rush back through. And coming either into a cross-legged seat right in front of left or knee pile right on left, sometimes called shoelace. Half knee pile with the left leg straight is fine. Activate the toes, spread the toes, pull them back, and then press the pinky side of the foot into the floor to keep the ankles engaged, not drooping down, and to help you lengthen your spine up from your hips. Walk left hand out to the side, about 18 inches. Place your left palm down. Reach right arm out to the right. Release your head towards left shoulder. Both shoulder blades easing down the back. Breathe the ribcage to the heart up between your shoulder blades. Exhale, release your jaw. And take 2 more breaths, feeling for a softening and unwinding in the right side of neck. Leave your head, neck relaxed as you come back up to vertical spine. Maybe your hand props your head up instead of your neck. Twist to your right, left hand, right knee. And ease the shoulder blades back and breathe the back low ribs out. Exhale, scoop your low belly off your pelvis. Keep the chin slightly down, slightly in towards your throat. Whether you choose to look over the right shoulder or keep the head centered. Head lengthens directly up off the spine. Inhale, release the twist. Exhale, bow over your legs. Bowing might be releasing neck, or it might be a full forward fold. If the whole spine is coming forward, root back through your tailbone. Keep that lift of pelvic floor, low belly. Feet active. Shoulders ease back as your heart moves forward. Neck stays soft. Reach back through your tail and use your abdominals to pull your spine up sequentially. Change the cross of your legs, left in front or left on top of right. Starting with neck release, right hand out to the right 18 inches. Lean on the right palm, release right ear to right shoulder, shoulder down. Left arm reaches to the left. And sense for that spot, that angle of the arm, that angle of your chin. So your head hangs off the tension in left side neck. Or maybe just relaxes. It doesn't have to hang. You can actually notice it untangling, unwinding. In the same way, maybe firm clay, cold clay would start to warm, soften in your grip. Breathe the back ribs out. Exhale, pull low belly in to help your spine back up. Hand can help your head up. Twist to your left, right hand, left knee. Fan back ribs out with inhale. Exhale. Chest softens down, chin softens back to throat, but shoulders ease back. So whenever you move the shoulders back, make sure it's an easy movement, not a rapid jerk. I'm massaging those knots out of people all the time. People suddenly correct their posture and then just create more tightness. So if all you're feeling is tightness, send breath to the tightness. And then move in a way that softens it. Inhale, center. Exhale, bow over your legs. Each inhale, the rib cage telescopes away from the pelvis. Each exhale, the shoulders soften back from the neck. Reach back from tailbone, hug low abdominals in, and keep the neck relaxed as you walk your spine back up to straight. And come on down to your back. If you have a foam yoga block, we'll use it for abs with block on shins. If you don't have a foam yoga block, you can use your imaginary block. I'd rather an imaginary one than a wood one. I don't really want you to balance heavy things on your shins for lots of reasons. All right, settle in on your back. And then come into a chair-like position with your knees bent directly over your pelvis, your feet lifted same level as the knees, shins parallel to the floor so that you can balance the block. So block might be a little higher than you want to put it, so you have to keep an eye on it. Spread your toes. Yes, it's a mind exercise as much as anything else, focusing. Interlace hands behind your head and neck. Cradling the base of your skull in your palms, support your neck with your thumbs, point elbows towards the ceiling. Inhale, down into the sacrum, feel your pelvis heavy. Exhale, press your low back flat into the mat. Inhale, curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Exhale, tip your tailbone up, send knees straight up to sky, pull belly down. Inhale, tailbone heavy, head down. Exhale, press your low back flat into the mat so you can get the side ribs down, or the lowest ribs down. Inhale, curl your head and shoulders up, spread your toes. Exhale, curl pubic bone and navel, draw navel to spine. Knees, thighs are moving straight up to sky. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, press the low back down, sides of the waist down. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Exhale, tip your tailbone up, draw navel to spine, release the head into the hands. Two more. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, press the low back flat. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Exhale, tip your tailbone up. Pull low belly off your pubic bone. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, press your low back flat. Inhale, curl head and shoulders up. Relax your jaw back into your mouth. Exhale, curl your tailbone up. Draw navel to spine. Inhale, head down, tail down. Exhale, press your low back flat. All parts of your spine can touch down, the sides of your waist. And release. Hug your knees into your chest. Spinal twist, drop your knees over to left side. It's okay if your legs need to straighten out a little or bottom leg straightens out all the way. Do the twist that allows you to soften through those obliques, the waist muscles, the muscles along your low spine. Arm position, direction of gaze also supports that. And to support your low back, you might bring the right arm across to roll onto your side in fetal curve and then roll onto the other side. Knees to the right. Heart opening. Some yogas teach that left shoulder would stay on the floor. That might mean propping your knees up. I think it's okay. It's safe if your knees come down and your shoulder rises if you don't feel any sharpness in the left shoulder chest. There could actually be a sweet stretch there. Come into a straightforward bridge pose. Return to your back, feet on the floor, hips width apart. Fingers reach down. Maybe your feet are close enough and your fingers brush them, but if you can't quite reach, it's not important that they touch. Any arm position. Let's start with the palms turned up so the collarbones, shoulders are wide. You can get a big breath into the upper lungs, spreading your upper back out on the mat. Exhale, press your feet down, tuck your tailbone up. And then from there, I'll let you choose arm expression. They can stay. They can bind underneath you, or they can reach up overhead. And whatever you choose to do with the arms, use the position to get the breath up into the chest. On exhale, drive your heels down, your calves towards your heels, to feel like you're truly standing on your own two legs. Two more breaths. Take a breath. Exhale, roll the upper back down and pause. Tuck your tail. Pretend there's a giant pillow between your thighs. Give it a hug. Exhale, roll your middle spine down. Pause with your hips hovering. Retuck your tail. Curl pubic bone and navel. Draw navel to spine. Relax your jaw. And then lower your hips down. Move slow as you draw your knees towards shoulders and or chest. Send breath down into low back. And you can rock and roll your way to all fours or roll to your side and crawl over. Mega plank. Come down onto your elbows, wrap your hands around your upper arms so your elbows line up under your shoulders. And then choice of hand position, just like for dolphin. Hands clasped if you're protecting shoulders. If shoulders are healthy, palms down, middle fingers pointing straight ahead, thumbs reaching for each other. So it might be a helpful guide to put your yoga block between your index fingers to keep the hands exactly where they are. You can use that if you like. Hug your elbows in. Inhale. Breathe the upper back up between your shoulder blades. Firm up your pecs. Exhale, reach your tail back, scoop the low ribs into your body, and then walk back into any expression of plank. That might mean moving the knees back 1 inch and tucking your tail down. Maybe you walk the feet all the way back, so head, hips, heels are in one line. Keep scooping the front ribs up from the ground. You can do that same alignment with knees down, extending the shape. Breathe the upper back up between shoulders. Exhale, roll the head of the shoulder back. Soft neck. It's okay to hang your head in this pose if your neck likes that. Breathe the low back ribs out. Exhale, scoop the front ribs in towards each other. Inhale into the whole back body. Exhale, curl pubic bone and navel, draw navel to spine. Set your knees down, sit back in embryo. If that's a safe let go pose for you, then sit back on your heels. For child's, And hands back by your feet. Shoulders hang. Depending what's going on in your shoulders, sometimes that's not a great rotation. So put your hands wherever you can relax and breathe into the shoulders. Bird's wing, sit up on your heels. We'll do 3 breaths in the Forrest Yoga bird's wing, and then we'll stay for the Y power bird's wing. Pinky fingers come to touch. Elbows are against your ribs like you're holding 2 teacups in your hands. Take a breath into your open back body, open back of heart. Exhale, rotate your hands out, drawing your shoulder blades into the upper back. Squeeze the elbows in. Jaw soft. Inhale, pinky fingers come into touch. Broaden the whole back of the rib cage. Exhale, rotate arm bones out, but keep hugging them against your ribs. One more like that. Inhale, hands in. Exhale, open the arms out. Feel for squeezing the upper arm bones against your shoulder blades, right behind the armpits. Now stay there for 2 more breaths. Separate your back teeth and relax your eyebrows. Relax your hands, downward facing dog. Come up onto your tippy toes to lift your sit bones way high. Push your chest back towards your thighs. Maybe exaggerate your flexibility. Chest back. Shoulder blades in towards each other. And exhale, set your heels back down. Turbo dog. You can set your knees down if you want. Bend your elbows 1 inch. Hug the elbows in towards your temples. Relax your neck or tuck your chin into a throat lock with a soft jaw. Good. Exhale, straighten your arms. Downward facing dog. Dandasana plank. Take a breath. Exhale, shoulders come forward over wrists. Step your feet together or set your knees down. Maybe you can get your heels to touch and reach them back. And then you pretend to pull on the mat a little bit to expand your chest forward. Yes. Now rebreathe into the low back ribs. That's it, Cynthia. Exhale, downward dog. One more cycle like that. Turbo dog. Bend your elbows 1 inch. Hug them in. Nice. Spread the fingers wide. Pretend to push your mat forward as you reach your tail back. Knees might bend to help here. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can exaggerate your flexibility. Chest towards thighs, butt way in the air. And then take a breath. Exhale, plank. Shoulders over wrists. Knees can come down if you please. Feet together might feel stabilizing, but if that feels pinchy to low back, then don't do that. Good. Huge breath into the back of the rib cage. Exhale, scoop your front ribs up with a soft jaw. Exhale, downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Keep your hips square. You can either flex the foot or point the foot, but reach out either through the heel or ball of foot. Nice active foot, Doreen. Almost like someone's pulling, like I'm pulling your ankle back to take the weight out of your shoulders. Oh, that's awesome. Runner's lunge. Knee to chest. Set the right foot down between your hands. Yes, of course your hands can help it get up there. Stay on the back toes. If you need to set back knee down for this first lunge. Any shape that gets your breath down into pelvis again. And allows your thighs to lengthen from your very centered pelvis. Your spine to extend. Twist variations. Set your back knee down, untuck your toes. Either keep left hand on the ground over on left edge of mat and right hand on sacrum, or back your hips up and hook left ankle to right thigh. Left ankle, left elbow to right thigh. A little early in practice for me mixing up body parts like that. Twisting towards your right, either elbow to thigh or left hand down. Half splits. Exhale, hands down. Shift your hips back. You might scooch the right foot forward if you want to keep your hips high over the left knee. Stacking your bones. I recommend actually flexing the right foot for what we're doing, but you can choose the foot position depending on what you're feeling in hamstrings and hips. Bend the right knee. Lunge. Fingertips stay down. Inhale your heart forward. Drop your hips to front heel. Stay for one exhale. Lift and spread toes of right foot. Get grounded in the heel. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Runners, reach the left leg back. Good. As you send the right heel down and press the right thigh bone back. Yes, it's a big hamstring opening. You might need to bend your knee. Runner's lunge. Exhale, knee to chest, and use your abdominals to step the foot through. Hands, yes, can help. Or take a few steps. Left foot between your hands, stay on back toes, if that's right for you today. Your Mula Bandh, that contraction of sitting bones to tail, lifting up pelvic floor, lifting low belly off pelvis. Can help you feel center and then extend your limbs away from that and your head and neck. Twist, lower the back knee down. Right elbow, left thigh. Unless you prefer right hand down on the side. Half splits. Exhale, hands down. Shift into your hamstrings. Stretch. Flexing the left toes back if that's right for you. Inhale, lunge. Hips drop towards front heel. Breathe your heart out past your knee. Exhale, ease the shoulders back. Jaw in. Forward fold. Step right foot up next to left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Once again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Whenever you're folding down or coming up, feel free to bend your knees to feel how your legs and butt move your spine up and down, not the spine itself. Let's do one half sun. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Even a micro bend sometimes will connect you to your glutes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale to your heart. Of course, you can choose half suns as we move on. I'll cue sun salute A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Choosing half sun, then fold. Then inhale, upward dog. Half suns, come up to stand. Exhale, downward dog. or samastitihi. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, step or jump forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, samastitihi. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, or step right into downward dog. That's another option. Inhale, upward or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Just 1 breath in down dog, so maybe engage your bandhas right away and take a full breath in and out. Inhale, step or hop forward. If you prefer to jump on exhale, that's not fussy. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, samastitihi. Just for those of you who have busy minds like me, in Ashtanga, we jump forward on inhale. Other yoga teachers tell you to jump forward on exhale. Some people say they'll hold the breath and jump. So all of those are correct as long as you keep breathing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And take a full breath in. A slow, full exhale. When you're ready, come forward. Breathe your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Chair flow, just 2 rounds. Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back. Low chair. Exhale, bring your chest onto your thighs. Rock your weight back. Inhale your tail back, your knees over heels. Exhale, forward fold. Return to low chair. Inhale, sit back. Chest, crown of head forward. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Inhale, arms sweep forward or all the way up, Utkatasana. Tuck your tail. Exhale, samastitihi. 1 more time. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, low chair. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, low chair. Exhale, sweep arms back. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, samastitihi. Half sun or full sun. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga or fold. Skip the full. Inhale, upward or Utkatasana. Exhale, downward. Reach the right leg straight back. Crescent. Exhale, knee to chest. Step the right foot through. Bring the hands to the front thigh. Drop your tailbone down so there's that seesaw effect as your pelvis drops, then your heart rises. Hands can stay on front thigh, or left hand stays on thigh, traction it forward, right arm up. Or left hand can take the hold of the right wrist and draw your arm bones up and back. Eagle, right on top of left. Warrior 3, option to keep your arms in eagle as you shift your weight onto right leg, or release the hands and make them help. Knee to knee pose, unwind your arms, bring left knee into right. Or standing forward fold. Doreen, step into standing forward fold and rise to stand. Cynthia, option to come up into escalator without letting left foot touch down. Left knee to chest. Optional, interlace hands behind your back or bring them alongside body, Tadasana arms. Return to Warrior 3. Yes, your hands can help again. Return to Crescent. Actually, come into Runner's Lunge. Release the hands. Twisting variations, either keep left hand on the ground, right arm to sky, twisting warrior, or hook left elbow over right thigh, twisting crescent. Doreen, bring your left hand down and then twist to your right. Good. Right hand can reach to the sky, or you can keep it on thigh or hip. Pyramid, hands down. Adjust the left foot forward a bit so you can fold over your right leg. Any arm variation, you can stretch arms forward, you can walk them back, or you can bind them. I do recommend easing your shoulders away from your ears. Take advantage of this upside down position so your muscles work against gravity. Okay. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Three-legged dog. Stretch the left leg straight back. Keep the hips square. Scoop the right side belly up. There it is. Exhale, knee to nose. Crescent lunge. Left foot between your hands. And tuck the tail down. Maybe you bend the back knee a lot to get the pelvis down and bring your heart up. Hands can stay on the left thigh. You can do this pose with back knee on the ground. Or left arm up. Or right hand, left wrist. Traction the arm bones up. Relax the shoulder as you guide the arm back, but keep your front ribs, chest down. Eagle arms, left on top of right. Eagle, warrior 3, or release the eagle arms and shift into warrior 3. Knee to knee pose or forward fold. Release the arms. Come up to standing, maybe escalator, right into escalator without ever letting right foot touch down. But you can simply stand up and draw right knee to chest. Or bend the right knee, then interlace hands behind back. Exhale, warrior 3. Runner's lunge. Twisting warrior variation or twisting crescent. Right elbow, left thigh. Or right hand down to the ground. And find your way back to downward facing dog. Oh, pyramid, I'm sorry. Hamstring stretch. Left foot forward. Spin the back heel down so your toes, right toes are angled out about 45 degrees. Ease the shoulder blades back towards each other. Now return to downward dog. Set your knees down for table. Reach right arm forward, thumb to sky. Breathe the low back ribs up and out. Exhale, scoop the front ribs in. Option to simultaneously send left leg straight back. Reach tail towards left heel. Alternatively, put your right hand down and then switch to the left leg, one limb at a time. Take one more breath, maybe lift your limbs but not your head. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Breathe the back ribs out. Exhale, front ribs in, extend left leg forward, left arm forward, thumb to sky. Option to simultaneously extend right leg back or switch to the right leg. Keep your belly in as you inhale, the hand and foot a little higher. And exhale, hand down, knee down, lower down onto your belly. Half boat, arms down alongside your body. Palms face up to the sky. Feet as close together as is comfortable for your low back. We'll keep the hands and feet down. Spread your 10 fingers, spread your 10 toes. Inhale to back bottom ribs. Exhale, curl pubic bone down. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, ease shoulders back. Tuck the chin slightly in, but you can turn the eyes forward in their sockets. One more breath. Exhale, lower down. Turn your head to one side. Notice which cheek you're on. And relax. Feet might separate much wider. Heels roll out to give your low back space for breath. Round two, chin or forehead on mat. Feet could come back in, but keep them wide if you're protecting your low back. Keep the heels rolling out though. This time we'll leave the hands down, but legs will lift, heart will lift. Inhale to back bottom ribs. Exhale, curl pubic bone down. And inhale, lift your chest. Lengthen your legs back so much that your feet come up. And then roll the tops of the inner thighs in towards each other. Exhale, lower down. Turn your face to the other side, resting on your other cheek. Separate your feet wide. One more round. If you're cooked, come back into child's pose. Otherwise, feet parallel to each other, chin or forehead on mat. Turn your palms down to the ground. If that's a safe rotation for your shoulders, roll the head of the shoulder off the earth. Inhale, fan back bottom ribs out. Exhale, curl pubic bone down. And inhale, lift everything off the earth. Roll the shoulders back. Keep widening through collarbones, fronts of shoulders. And if it's okay on shoulders, open your arms out to an airplane out to the sides. Inhale your chest up a little more. Exhale, reach your tail towards your heel, send your heel straight back. Place your palms underneath your shoulders, bend your elbows into your ribs. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Your knees can touch down. Maybe your legs touch all the way down, but maybe just knees. And exhale, lower down. Downward dog or cat cow or head right into child's pose. Actually, not child's pose yet. I want to add one more dolphin or add dolphin. Dolphin round one, set your knees down. Lower down onto your elbows, wrap your hands around your upper arms. And either place palms out in front of elbows or clasp your hands. Relax your head and neck down. Inhale, breathe the upper back up from your shoulder blades. Exhale, maybe lift knees off mat. If you prefer to keep knees down, just reach your down dog tail back. Keep the neck relaxed or tuck your chin, gaze to navel. Set your knees down. Either sit on your knees and interlace hands behind your back, or come onto your belly and take either boat or bow. Boat with hands interlaced to roll shoulders back, or bow, hold your ankles and use your legs to pull your shoulders back, almost like someone else could stretch them for you. I'm not concerned with coming up high here. I want you to get the release in the shoulders. And lower down. All right, and finally, either down dolphin splits where we'll lift one leg up at a time, or if you prefer to do dolphin on the wall and start practicing your inversions, you can use wall or chair. And I think you guys are quite familiar with this, so I won't give a lot of instruction, but it's a small group, so I can break it down. All right, so whatever shape you're setting up for, measure your elbow width. Elbows shoulder width or even a little narrower is the preferred way to keep the shoulders safe. If you're not sure about the one leg or the upside down, clasp your hands so you have the extra stability. Then relax your neck. Lift out of your shoulders. Reach your down dog tail up and back. Option to lift your knees up. If shoulders are done, then keep knees down. And then send one leg back at a time. Part one, keeping hips square so you can really use your extending leg as an extension of spine, getting the weight off your shoulders. For this, I think it's fine to step the standing foot a little closer so you can ground weight into the heel. Eventually, you'll learn to do it with a much wider stance. And then if you want to allow the hip to open as you raise right leg to the sky, that's okay. Just make sure shoulder stays square if the hips open. Yeah, so part one, the effort is to go back, back, back out of shoulders and then straight up. It might be a hard felt sense upside down, but you'll feel what makes space for you. When you're done, embryo pose. Three more breaths. Wide knee child's pose twist. Bring your hands under your shoulders so you can shift your weight back, hips towards heels, and then separate your knees as wide as possible. If your floor is harder, definitely use some padding or turn sideways on your mat so your knees are still on padding. Walk your torso over towards your left knee. And then for some bodies, extending straight out in a twisted child's pose will feel yummy. Or thread the right shoulder, right arm underneath the left. So you lean on right shoulder and left arm can come behind back if that's all right for shoulder. And if it feels safe to yin out a little bit, maybe hold some fabric with your left hand so you can relax left shoulder completely. The weight of the chest massaging the front of the right shoulder. Your jaw releases. Any residual gripping in low belly, pelvic floor lets go. And if your left arm's behind back, slide it across your back to bring it back down to the floor. And walk your torso over towards the right knee. Same choice. If left shoulder does not want to thread under, keep it extended. Twisted child's pose, reaching to the right. Leaning left hip back. And even though we're not holding this as long as we would in yin practice, once you put your bones in the shape, you can feel for relaxing, hanging off the scaffolding of your own skeleton, even if the pose gets a little bit sloppy. And slowly ease your way back out of the pose. Right hand slides down. You'll find your way to your seat, but first you might need to crawl out onto your belly and let things extend behind you, especially if your feet start tingling a bit. Let the blood move back. Sitting, we'll go through a few Paschimottanasana variations. We'll start with legs straight and then separate your feet maybe almost as wide as your yoga mat or as wide as your yoga mat. Make sure the sides of the feet are pointing straight up. Even a little pigeon toe is good here. And I think you guys can reach, if you can reach the sides of your feet, you can hold them. If you can also use a strap so your low back stays straight. I'm not a fan of hanging the head as we ease into forward folds, but if that works in your practice, you work with what you feel. But keep the chin in. Breathe the low back ribs off the low back. Exhale, scoop the lowest part of your belly up off your pubic bone and feel that lift continue up your inner spine into your heart. Now feel free to continue with this leg shape into your forward fold. Maybe you simply relax. Otherwise, back up enough you can get the big toes to touch. And then return. Any holding, hands can stay down. They can hold your feet. They can hold your big toes. And if your hamstrings are okay with it, you can actually, if you're holding onto feet, pull on the feet enough that you can roll the shoulders away from head and neck as you feel for the heart and neck lengthening forward. I realize something I've been doing to myself for a long time is overstretching my low back by keeping my shoulders rising up as I come forward. So even though the shoulders back might lift me a bit, now I'm getting the stretch through my whole spine. And I'm sure it's a better angle for my hamstrings. All right, ease your way towards relaxation. You might simply let the head relax here, tuck your belly, tuck your tail to roll yourself onto your back. There's a yummier way for you to come down, to wiggle down, to twist down. You find that. As always, if you want to stay in this very precious rest that you've worked towards, worked into, and sweated and shaken your way into, then stay. This is the work right here. If you're ready to come out, start with small movements of fingers and toes. Grow those movements into your ankles, your wrists. Stretch your arms up if a stretch sounds yummy. Yawn, open your mouth as wide as you can to stretch your jaw out. And ease over to one side. Pause on your side for just a moment in a fetal curve. Maybe your head's on your arm, pillowed. So you can allow yourself to be held. Keep that sense of feeling held, feeling supported as you press your hands down. Feel for the solid earth underneath you guiding your way up. You just go for the ride. Once sitting, press your palms together. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Lift your heart. Bow your head to your heart. Give yourself sincere thanks for the work you've done, for showing up for yourself, for staying with you, supporting you. And we thank each other just the same. Namaste.